Hello everybody and welcome back to the Outer Worlds Part 12. We are here with Gray and Brian and of course Nyoka and Ellie, and we are now we've now got a decision really to make as to what we do next. Now we need to go and get this poster for this guy, and we need to return Angus Needham in Stellar Bay. Oh yeah, because we convinced Tucker to return home. Oh yeah, we can go do that now. That's actually here, so... Oh no, it's not. We need to fast travel. Let's fast travel back to Stellar Bay. We need to go back to Stellar Bay anyway. And... let's just do that. Nice. And we'll head back and we'll do this little sort of mission here. So in the last episode we went back and got the... Is it the Van Hoys? Or the Van Hoys from... for that faction. And we went to get the printing press. And there's Angus.
Oh, Captain, you did it! My little boy is back, safe and sound. Tell the Captain how grateful we are, Tuck Tuck.
Mama, I told you that I'm not staying. I just came back to talk to you about why I left. Then I'm going back to Amber Heights.
Oh, we'll get that silliness sorted out. You're safe here with me, and that's how it's going to stay. Isn't that right?
Your son is a grown-ass man. But I want to say, you mentioned reward for bringing him home. I do want the reward.
I did, didn't I? Suppose I can't expect you to just be content at a good deed done?
No.
No? Well, all right. Here, kind stranger. This is every bit I've scrimped and scraped for years to save. But it's more than worth it to have my Tuck Tuck home safe again.
Good luck.
Don't worry about me, Captain. Mama and I'll work this out.
I hope so. So Sanjar's in there. He's part of actually a main mission that we're doing, which is the free Radio Free Monarch, which is what we want. Last key you found the Sublight agents body. It's Catherine Fulbrook. She'll provide details on how the sandwich. Okay, that's a faction quest. We can do that one, but we're going to check with Celia anyway. She's in here anyway, so let's go and have a look and see what she has to say.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi? Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
That is Tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Okay.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
What? Why are you buying so much from Sebastian?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type.
Cecilia Robinson.
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Maybe I could talk to him for you.
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Wait, I'm curious. What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Wait a minute.
Good to have standards, I guess. I know what I'm looking for.
That's all I need to know. I don't need to bother.
Sorry, Sometimes I get carried away.
Yeah, I know. I'll talk to you later. But look, I don't skimp on my legs. Look at this, squats. Gotta do the squats. I got to talk to this guy, so we should probably do this mission.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
No, you have a meeting with
You'd
me.
be a hit in Byzantium.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake.
I will.
What business brings you here?
Me, I'm charting my own path, going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Afraid not.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
If you're free, why would you want to bring me back? Sounds like a personal problem. I've got other concerns.
What can I do for you?
Earlier you mentioned your trouble with corporations. I need to stop the MSI.
You're just as rigid as the old executive committee. Why, we've hardly been able to get a clear message out until recently.
When Graham finally shut up.
It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partners.
There must be another way for you to do business.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Ingenious plan? Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to admire your sand, but I bet you could overcomplicate a sisty sandwich.
What a charmingly roguish turn of phrase. Allow me to express my thanks at your confidence and assure you that my plan is indeed sufficiently complicated.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Okay, sorry, I'm just grabbing screenshots. And if our advertising scheme, yeah, that's fine. This lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
You seem to have a bit of a raptor
And a Mantisaur problem. And a Marauder problem.
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved with a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting with the Bolt 52, we won't need to advertise anymore. We can stop our transmissions altogether.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Okay. Well, this sounds useful.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush.
Where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
I guess I'm going to get it.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, probably not. Let's go. We can do this mission. I'm happy with that. Oh, sorry. Right, so where are we going to have to head? If we go here... oh. Vending machines. Okay, I don't know. It must be here in Stellar Bay, be my guess.
Help! Someone's been killed!
Huh?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
You alright?
No! I just stepped in a dead man's blood. And I think one of the flies landed on my mouth.
You are going to die.
If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Contemplate.
Even Stellar Bay ain't safe these days. What's the world coming to?
Not much I can do for this guy.
Expensive from poor wages, most economists from tossball betting. Stuffed into the case. Investigate. I wanna. Oh, we got a task. I'm not having it.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
Oh, you look like a dead woman. They're all pretty great.
Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball.
Yep.
So, what can I do for you?
Well, let's do that.
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Cut to the chase. Do you know who did it or not?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Let's go and get those guys. Let's go and tear them up. I'm willing to beat them up with my bare fists.
I hear those rich people in Brazil can pay a hand.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Your breath better. Well, I'm here to speak to this prick.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
I know you made
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
Wrong answer. Help me! Oh my word! And no one actually helped me. I got beaten up by guys with a bloody baseball bat. How stupid is that? Ah, well, tossball stick actually probably made more sense. Stupid tossball stick. That's what's
Here to catch a game. What can I... Graham's always filling the... All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments.
That's all for now. I'll sort that out, don't worry. What we want to do is go to inventory. This pistol pisses me off a little bit. The shotgun pisses me off a little bit more. I think that's good for now. Spencer's choice. I'm gonna go this way. Sorry. So what we'll do, we'll go and kill these guys quick. That was a bit stupid last time.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah. Punch clock. Who the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, you murdered Isaac. Yeah, we know all this crap.
And not that it's any...
Oh, that's it. Oh, bollocks. Fucking hell. Are they not going to attack him at all? Oh, my word. I'm just going to go and kill him. I want to confront him, though. I feel like I need to confront him. That's the only issue. I can't believe that. I should just pull my gun out. I wasn't in exactly a safe location either. Screw you. Alright, let's go. Don't know why I did that.
I hear those rich...
We'll save the game. Makes a bit more sense.
Hey!
You made an Isaac.
Listen, and not that...
Wrong answer.
To shreds, you...
Almost done! Who's ready for more?
Here's a draining. Nice. Pick up his...
I bet you'll like Rebecca. What's up?
Never mind. Don't know what that had to do with anything. Right, we killed them. I think that's it now on that mission. We do need to head back to Sanjar to let them know we killed these guys. But we won't head back to Sanjar until we've done this mission. So we are going to do... Is it the Bolt is his name? Yeah, get to the arms building. Let's do that mission. That was cool though, that came out of nowhere, that little mission, I quite liked it. I hope it's not far from here. Spectrum vodka, a glass for every class. It's ridiculous actually. Either way, we could definitely do with getting this mission done. Now, how far away is it? Oh, no, that's not that far. We can walk to that. So. This is more powerful now because of that. We don't need to interact with them too much. Grab.
Mess them up.
Trainer is useful. Heavy ammo is useful. Pits are always useful. Energy cells, we do need more energy cells. Panel's reports numbers does not very good slogans. This needs to be dry and like an emotional appeal. Sandra also displays no tendency to complete work rather than delegating it. All in all, Sandra's work habits. Details starting to lack a vision. We cannot recommend it for further advancement. Needs improvement in the following areas. Graham's understanding of product messaging branding is impressive, especially for a relatively low level editor. His knack of memorable slogans, however, Graham has issue with brevity and shows consistent disregard for prescribed fonts and formats. Some of his work's been flagged. Knack for brief but compelling presentations, supported by catchy slogans. Her delegation skills are also top notch. She can build a lengthy meeting around any topic. Recommend for promotion. Dora Erickson. Interesting. That level up's useful. That couldn't have come out at a better time, actually. Mainly because we want to push our inspiration to 60, so then we're now adept. Mainly because the companion skill bonus to player skills is 100%, so that's much better. But we do need to improve our lockpick and hack speed. Pretty massively, to be fair. And our engineering one maybe as well. So let's increase this as far as we can go. And that does mean now that our sneak is up, but we can unlock access to restricted items in vending machines, and we're getting pretty close now. So yeah, we can say yes to that. Let's go perks. So we got a new perk. Oh, look at this, and we got a new tier. So we can increase the carrying capacity, armor skill, guaranteed a critical hit, weapon sway, another 50% increased silence weapon damage. We do increased damage. Headshot kills explodes, damaging near headshots deal 25% damage. What else we got? Protection radius. Whenever you are affected by a harmful combat effect, you deal damage. Let's go with the science weapon damage, only because we use it a lot. And this can be dead useful. Right. We're going to sell all our junk at the next vendor anyway, hopefully. Took a lot of mag picks. What wasn't much. Wait, who's in there?
Oh, thank the Eternal. I'm Huxley. Hux if you're lazy. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Mantiqueen showed up. Then Raptidons. It was a void-blasted mess. I ran in here, and, now the door's locked. Little help?
Got locked in how?
It's easier than it sounds, alright? Next time you get chased by Raptidons, you let me know the rationality of your decisions.
Fair enough. Well, I need to get into that one.
Phew. Thanks, mister. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. He locked me in here and took off. Probably got munched. So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or a rat. Maybe it's in a rat belly. Gross.
I think I found it.
Oh, much obliged.
Ah, phew. Thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think maybe I was gonna die. Now I'm out here, and I'm headed back to Amber Heights.
Still landing yourself in trouble, eh, Hux?
Oh, hi, Nyoka. You mind giving me an escort back home? Oh, you're traveling with someone. Never mind.
With the trouble you caused me, you're dying here. I can kill her, that's drastic. You sure you're okay to travel?
Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy, and hey, who's your identical, slightly blurry friend?
Okay, good luck.
Thanks a lot, mister.
Bit cartridge, nice, more bits on the floor. I mean, she wasn't very clever, she could have took all this shit. Nice. So we did that mission for him. So we can return to Sanjar now with the stuff that we got, which is pretty good news. So let's travel back to Stellar Bay and give him the stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, in terms of the actual game itself and the series itself, I'm really enjoying playing the game. There is no doubt. Oh, okay. I'm really enjoying playing the game. It is quality. It looks so good. So yeah, no, it's definitely something that we'll still crack on with. Even with Planet Zoo about now, we have got the Bioshock series that we need to finish off. I like a daytime shot of this. This will be quite nice. I need to every now and again get some good sort of like screen grabs, and the best way of doing that is by putting my gun away and just going whatcha, and then I want to get that building in. Looks quite nice. Let's get some screen grabs. Whatcha. There you go. That's the next three thumbnails sorted, I suppose. Let's just get that there. There we go. Job done. I did end up walking under that building. Oh, vending machine. There's no ammo in any of these, though, is there? Yeah, there is. Ranged mod? No, we don't want mods for now. You shouldn't really buy mods, there's always quite a few bits about, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. I did need to buy that ammo though.
Now, if we were like the other corporations, you wouldn't be allowed to run around dressed like one of Graham's minions. But we're better than that. See? Anyway, what can I do for you?
Well, I did 2 things for you, because I'm amazing. Isaac Rose is dead. I found people who might have killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
I've taken care of it, the killers
But
are dead.
that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters.
Maybe I could have gotten those stems if I hadn't tried to kill
Always
me.
a shame when tempers get the better of good sense.
You sound like a dick.
Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
500 bits. It should be at least 1,000. Right, I found your reviews
You
on
weren't
some.
supposed to look. I asked you to delete it.
You could have told me what was on that terminal.
Yes, but then you would have known.
Now I do.
This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them.
Who cares what they think? You're in charge now.
In charge of a scrap heap of a city. Abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners.
When you put it that way, it sounds pretty pathetic.
Please, I can't think about this right now. Celia, schedule 30 minutes of inconsolable weeping later today.
I'll pad it out with an extra 15, sir.
Now, was there something else you need?
Yeah, I gave you the bomb.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been
Whoa.
toppled with less.
Nice. You made it sound like you were sending me after a weapon.
But that's exactly what this is. The world isn't changed with guns and speeches, much as Graham and his followers would like to think, but rather with meticulous documentation. And the Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52 is one of the most formidable pieces of data entry in all of Halcyon. One false stroke can invalidate the entire document.
It's true. One of the old execs gave herself a stroke trying to fill out the exemption section.
And what does the Bolt 52 do exactly?
For our part, a Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Okay. So spare me the details, just tell me what comes next.
Corporate espionage. How was that, Celia? Did I sell it?
Your best delivery yet, sir.
Okay, just get on with it.
I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Really? Most of the time, they do illegal stuff out in the open. Cheaper that way.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board.
And what does that mean for
If
me?
someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
Okay.
Oh, I imagine you do. But as much as I love your can-do attitude and dangerous gravitas, Catherine handles all of our shipments. So it would be best if you could leave her in one piece. Is that how you people put it?
Wow, I can literally respond. I was about to say I'm actually I'm white. You're calling us you people. It's not very nice, but I'm not going to, because I think that's disproportionate. So let's go closer.
Once you subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it.
Infiltrate a secret corporate base and kidnap the staff. Okay.
A foolproof plan if I ever heard one. I'll leave the execution to you.
Anyway. Are you going to stop the... Okay. I suppose not. This is like one fleshed out mission. God damn it. He tricked me again, didn't he? Always tricking me with his trickster ways. Anyway, I think, to be fair, we might leave the episode there for now. And what we'll do is, let's have a look and see, because I think it could be a pretty long mission. I do like this. It does look quality. Yeah, 803 meters away, and we were pretty close to it, to be fair. They want us to go here. Amber Heights. I mean, yeah, we'll travel over there and just have a quick look, I suppose. I was tempted to end the episode there, but I want a bit more action. Let's at least meet Catherine. Plus, we haven't been in Felbrook yet, so let's go in here. Samantha saw horrible things.
Time for a round of whist. Or a round of whiskey. Or both.
Drinking, gambling, and organized crime. Everything you need to keep civilization running.
Don't care how much it costs, really. We need it. It's nice.
Want to make a run with me to Stella Bay? Boss lady told me to take the night off.
No, I'm deep. Just got back from delivering to that house.
Everyone looks at tablets in this game. What's on them?
Uh-huh. Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
I'll bet she's a hoot at parties.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
Okay. If by nugget of paradise you mean a piece of mancy dung, then sure, I'm gonna charm her.
You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine.
Giggity.
But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
Well, I need you to full listen. Let's go. Sanjar said you know something about a corporation operating in secret at Monarch.
Might be I know something about it.
Of course it might be.
Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the northern bridge. Might be they sure as shit weren't pirates. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely.
That sounds very nice. Lie 100. How have I got 100 lie? How have I got 100 lie? Well, I'm going to use it.
Good ear you got. Would be a dreadful shame if someone were to deafen it. Look, I don't know if this is related, but it ain't escaped my notice that one of my regulars been lingering a little too long at the gambling bar. She's been acting twitchy, even for her. Ask at the bar about a customer who shows up bi-weekly. My staff may know more.
Okay, and I'm the Fitch for the local one.
Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia.
Cut to the chase.
All right. One of my runners uncovered a cache of Alta Vitae gas, left in a lab when the board abandoned Cascadia. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
Of course. I can get it done.
I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
No problem.
And will again. We ought to be taking any opportunity we get to bury those critters in lead.
Direct and aggressive. I always did like your sensibilities. You know when to strike and when to wait. Shame what came of your crew.
Crews are for ships. They were a family.
Close enough. Now, after you clear the manti nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
Good thing we have an engineer. Pavat will handle it.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course.
I'm really making the most of my presence.
Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
I have a feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
Soon to be just handsome, I think. I'll probably negative. Any tips on how my game?
If you got brass knockers, you can shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his production lines ought to make do.
Okay. Say I just go close.
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
Sounds good. And what if I substitute?
Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery.
Sounds good.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Alright, Catherine. You're a badass. We get it. Good job. Right. So I feel that that's going to be it for now. We're going to leave it there, and then we're going to go and head over to Duncan, wherever he's going.
Catherine's great, ain't she? She'll pull you out of the sulfur, so long as you don't mind being in her debt.
There's Yvonne.
I'd have a drink with her, though I'd keep one hand on my gun and the other on my bit cartridge.
Okay, dodge. Yeah, but we'll leave it there for now, I think. Like I said, we got quite a lot done. It says what we had to do, but look at this. This is a great shot as well, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely stunning, this place. But yeah, either way, we're going to leave it there for now. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll catch you over on for part 13 in a couple of days' time. But for now, I will catch you guys on the flippity flip.